Good morning friends, and again welcome back to my channel. As I told you in my last video that I'll be uploading a video on simple past tense. This is in continuation of the series of tenses that I have already done with you. So I have already completed all the 4 tenses of present tense, starting from simple present, present continuous, present perfect and present perfect continuous tenses. Now I'm starting the next series of tenses by talking about the past tense. In past tense, again we have 4 tenses, 4 subtenses like simple past or past indefinite. Then we have past continuous, past perfect and past perfect continuous. Out of the 4, the most used tense is simple past tense. Simple past tense, the definition is there in the term itself. Simple past is simply past. That means if you talk about if you talk about the usage, now you can see single action in past. So or you can just get it in this easy way that if there is an action, there is one action which took place in past, this is simple past. As simple as that. Out of 12 tenses of 12 subtenses of tense, 4 in present, 4 in past and 4 in future. Let me tell you, this is the easiest of the tenses, of all 12 tenses. Simple past, if you talk about the structure of this particular tense, we just have one structure. Take any subject, whether this is a first person or second person or third person, whether this is singular or plural, any subject, means any subject. Doesn't matter number of persons or number of things involved in that subject. So with all the subjects, without exception, you have to use the second form of the verb. That is the past form of the verb. I have already told you in my earlier videos that we have 3 forms of verbs: present, past and past participle. Present form is known as V1, past is known as V2 and past participle is known as V3. So in simple past tense, we need the second form of the verb. And that is the past form of the verb. This is what I have written. So you have to pick any subject, then put second form of the verb, that is past form of the verb, and then you have to put the object as per the requirement of the verb. So this is about simple past tense. Now in this tense, we'll be talking about several examples of simple past tense. Then I'll be talking about the 3 different forms of sentences where we use simple past, for example, affirmative sentences, integrative sentences and negative sentences. Then there is some category of integrative sentences. Once you have to make WH integrative sentences, then I'll be talking about that also. So now let's talk about the examples of simple present tense. I told you about the structure. Subject, and you have to use a second form of the verb and the object. So I have taken 3 different subjects. For example, Ronak. Ronak is a subject of third person singular number. It's a name. Now with Ronak I used painted. Paint is a verb and this 2 words ed shows that this is the case of second form of the verb. And then we put an object. So Ronak painted a picture. We again is a plural subject. We praised them. Praise and then D. So this is second form of the verb, and she danced, second form of the verb, on the stage. So with this rule or with this structure, you can make thousands of sentences in simple past, and all those sentences should be grammatically correct. So you can make any sentence you want in simple past tense with the help of this structure. Now I'll talk about the uses of simple past tense in 4 different types of sentences. Starting with affirmative sentences. Affirmative sentences, we have already discussed all the 3 examples. These 3 examples are from affirmative sentence. Affirmative sentence is a general statement, kind of positive sentences. Then we have negative sentence, where we talk about negative sentence. For example, if you talk about simple present, I don't want to go there. Now if you come to simple past, same sentence will be changed, I didn't want to go there. So there is a rule how to frame a sentence into a negative in simple past. Similarly, we have integrative sentence. Integrative sentences, we have the helping verb before the subject, and in simple past sentence we have helping verb did. Only one helping verb, that is did. In simple present we had two helping verbs, do and does. So you have to put did before the subject. For example, did you go there? Did you do this? So this is the case of interrogative sentences of simple past. And the last but not the least is WH interrogative, and trust me, this is the most used interrogative sentences in simple past with WH. In WH group we have words like what, when, where, who, whom, which and how. So just pick any word, and then after you have to put did and then subject, then first on the verb. I'll give you the structure also here. And for example, where did you find this book? When did you come back from Mumbai? So these are the example of WH interrogative sentences. I'll be talking in details about all the remaining three. I've already talked about affirmative sentences. Then I'll be talking about negative, interrogative and WH interrogative sentences. So after affirmative, we'll talk about the negative sentences of simple past tense. Negative sentences, there is a rule that there can be no negative sentence without a helping verb. And if you remember the structure of simple past, we had subject plus second form of the verb and object. That means there is no helping verb in the sentence. So if there is no helping verb, then we have to add a helping verb from our own side, because if you don't have a helping verb, we don't have a negative sentence, as simple as that. So in simple present tense, we had used two additional helping verbs, do and does. In simple past, we use did. So the structure goes like subject plus did, and then you have to add not, and then main verb, main form, first form of the verb, and then object will follow. So subject plus didn't, and then first form of the verb. So I picked up a sentence in affirmative. Rana painted a picture, if you remember. Now I am changing this into interrogative. Rana remains same, and as I told you, one helping verb I added on my own for simple past, which is did, and then you have to add not, then it becomes negative. So the sentence will go like Rana didn't paint a picture. Now with this structure, you can again make n number of negative sentences in the simple past. Few examples are: I didn't go there, you didn't sing a song, she didn't dance in the party. So just put a subject, then didn't, and then first form of the verb, and then object. This is negative sentences. Let's talk about the interrogative sentences in simple past tense. As I told you in negative sentence that there can be no negative without a helping verb. Same rule continues in interrogative sentence also, as there can be no interrogative sentence without a helping verb. And we are in simple past tense, and we have to use additional helping verb from our side, and that helping verb is did. Now there is one thing very important about did. We always use first form of the verb with the helping verb did. Whenever, please pay attention, whenever we use did as a helping verb, I repeat, helping verb, not a main verb, because remember, did is also the second form of the main verb too. So please do remember that whenever we use did as a helping verb, then it is compulsory that we have to use first form of the verb. That's a rule, and there is no exception in this rule. So if you talk about the structure, if we talk about interrogative sentences, the main difference between affirmative and interrogative is, in affirmative we put the helping verb after the subject, but in interrogative we put helping verb just before the subject. So here in interrogative sentence, helping verb is did. That's why I have put did over here at the beginning. Did plus subject plus first form of the verb, and then object, and then question mark. This is the structure of interrogative sentences in simple past tense. I just took an example. The main example was, I'll just write here. In affirmative it was Ronak painted a picture. This was the case of affirmative sentence, and then we have to change it into interrogative, so we have to put additional did at first and then first form of the verb. So that is what I did. This did is here helping verb, did, and then subject is Ronak, and then paint. Paint is the first form of the verb, and then object of picture. Remember, in affirmative we have Ronak painted a picture, but once you change into interrogative, it becomes did Ronak paint a picture. That means this V2 will change into V1. So this is about interrogative sentences in simple past. This is the last in the category of simple past tense. I talked about affirmative, negative, interrogative, and then how to frame WH interrogative sentences. So we'll just try to find out. Look at the term WH and then interrogative sentence. That means all the rules of interrogative sentences will remain same. So all the structure will also remain same. For example, did plus subject plus first form of the verb plus object. This will remain as it is as in the case of interrogative sentences. So you don't have to make any change. So frame an interrogative sentence, and then according to the sense of the sentence, you can add a WH word just at the beginning. So did Ronak paint a picture? This is interrogative sentence, and we have to use WH, and we have already told you that we have words like what, when, where, why. So these are all our WH group words. So just pick one word which suits with the theme of the sentence. For example, you can put here a word. WH group is when. When did Ronak paint a picture? How did Ronak paint a picture? Where did Ronak paint a picture? So those suitable WH word you can add and you will get a sentence. So this is the structure of WH interrogative. First, put any WH word which you want, then put did with that, then subject, then first form of the verb, and then object. For example, where did you go last summer? When did you come back from Mumbai? Where did you plan to visit Mumbai next? Any sentence you can make like this. So this is all about simple past tense. In the next series of tenses, I'll be talking about past continuous tense, and then I'll talk about the basic difference between simple past and past continuous. And then there are certain sentences which appear to be the sentences of past continuous, but actually they are the sentences of simple past. So I'll be talking about that in my next video. So this was all about simple past tense, and thank you guys for watching my video. And once again, if you haven't subscribed till now, then please do subscribe my channel so that you can get videos on tenses and other important issues. So thank you guys. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thanks.